Another 9 people across the UK test positive for swine flu. 5 of them are pupils at a London school. It's the 4th to be closed this week. Globally, experts urge vigilance, warning the virus could return in a second wave. Backing Brown, Labour's deputy leader Harriet Harman denies allegations that she's positioning herself against the Prime Minister.
Gordon Brown is exactly the right person to be leading the country forward, and I'm supporting him in doing that, and that's just the absolute truth.
And Pakistan's nuclear arsenal, America wants assurances it's safe from the Taliban. Good evening. 5 children in London have tested positive for swine flu. The youngsters are pupils at a Lane school in Dulwich, which will now be closed until next Monday. In all, 9 new cases of the strain H1N1 have been confirmed today. Health experts say the UK is well placed to deal with the current cases, but a warning of a more serious wave this winter. Our health correspondent Jane Hughes reports.
It's another school stocking up on antiviral medicines and closing its doors. An 11-year-old girl was the first here to fall ill after coming back from America. 5 other pupils in her year have now tested positive, as well as 2 of her siblings. Parents have been arriving to collect medications. Everyone in the school will be treated.
Obviously, it's very concerning, but the school are doing everything and giving us all the information and the tablets to go with it.
We're very concerned, but the school seems to be taking very proactive steps to reduce the spread of any potential infections.
Scientists at the Health Protection Agency's labs are now testing over 300 possible cases, but the symptoms of those who are positive are still only mild, prompting some to question whether we're seeing an overreaction.
No government, not just in this country but across the world, could responsibly do anything other than react as we have reacted when you have the World Health Organisation increasing the alert level for a possible pandemic, first from 3 to 4 and then of course from 4 to 5. It's absolutely right that we prepare for the worst here.
The WHO said it's not yet ready to raise the alert level to the highest, level 6, but across the world, 21 countries now have infections, a total of over 1,000 cases. In Mexico, 26 people have died, and here in the UK, there are now 27 confirmed cases. These leaflets begin dropping through our doors tomorrow, giving practical advice on combating flu, part of the government's strategy of hoping for the best but preparing for the worst.
Well, Jane Hughes is outside that school in South East London now. And what's the situation there tonight, Jane?
Well, the situation is that we now have 8 youngsters in this bit of South London with swine flu, and that means it's being passed on more quickly than we've seen before in the UK. So although the symptoms are mild at the moment and we're not seeing many cases, that's why the government is getting prepared. They're aware that this could tick along in the summer and then hit with a vengeance when we get into the winter.
Jane, thank you. Labour's deputy leader Harriet Harman ruled herself out of the party leadership job today. She told the BBC she would not seek the top job even if the Prime Minister were to step aside. It comes after a week of difficult headlines for Gordon Brown, as Laura Koonsberg reports.
Harriet Harman and Gordon Brown in happier times. The Prime Minister's deputy's often been put in the spotlight as a leadership wannabe. But despite claims she's ready to run for the job, she told BBC News that was wrong.
Got here the front page of the Daily Telegraph. It says, Harman, I would fight for the leadership. And Harriet Harman just grabbed my pen. Can you see she's written, I'd not fight for the leadership?
Gordon Brown is exactly the right person to be leading the country forward, and I'm supporting him in doing that, and that's just the absolute truth.
No public display yet of such loyalty from another of Gordon Brown's ministers. No sign of Hazel Blears at her home in the northwest tonight, after she said there'd been lamentable failures in government. But she'll be round the cabinet table tomorrow with colleagues. On many of their minds, the fast approaching local and European elections next month. Their results could trigger more doubts about the PM.
God forbid, we came third or fourth or some disaster, obviously people would ask questions. That'd be ridiculous to say otherwise, which makes it all the more important that we stop complaining and start campaigning and get out there and do something about it.
Gordon Brown will tomorrow make a speech about beefing up parent power over schools in England. But after recent days of sniping inside his own party's ranks, perhaps he too needs to find new ways of increasing his control. Laura Kunzberg, BBC News, Downing Street.